Some say the Great Collapse was caused by the Red Mountain erupting, but I know the truth. It was actually from the vibrations I was making pounding the shit out of your whale of a mother. Hey, buddy, you should never hit a girl. You'll burn for this. Roar! Talos was seen. Where, Nerevar? Oh my God, show it to me, Nerevar. Send it to me, please.
Who's there?
Collecting more foreskins for my potion.
And here, good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope. We're particularly interested in the prevalence of magical seals placed on the tombs here. It's rather unlike anything we've encountered. Anything at all that might be of interest. That's why I adore this location. We have no idea what we're going to find. And if along the way my message about the dangers of magic should happen to sink in for a few students, that would be a happy
She rim my elder till I scroll. Nerevar, help me out here.
All right. Please stay close to me while we're inside. It should be safe, but it's always better to be cautious.
I was always taught to avoid these types of ruins. I think I see why now.
As some of you may know, Hall was one of the earliest Nord settlements of Skyrim. It was also the largest. Sacked by the elves in the infamous Night of Tears, not much is known about what happened to Hall. This is an exciting opportunity for us to be able to study such an early civilization and the magics they used. Well, are there any questions before we begin?
A dark elf baddie with childbearing hips. Yeah, I'd give up godhood for that.
Ah, yes. Well, why don't you see if you can assist Arniel Gain? He's one of our scholars, here working on cataloging our finds. I expect he'd appreciate some help in locating any additional magical artifacts here in the ruins. Any enchanted items will do. The usefulness of the enchantment is irrelevant. If you find anything, the class can look it over. Now let's see. What shall we have the rest of you do? Berlina, my dear, why don't you search for warding magics? Anything designed to keep people out. Don't interact with them, just identify them. Onman, please search that area over there. See if you notice any residual energies, alive or undead. Cesargo, what shall we have you do? Why don't you verify that we're the first ones here? Look for any amount of tampering with the tombs. All right, everyone. Let's be careful, but have fun.
What does a Dunmer call a kiss with an Outlander? An émoi.
Don't touch anything! What? Ah, yes, you. I remember you. You're going to help? That's fine, just don't make a mess of my work. I've only looked through a portion of this section. You can look around in the chambers just north of here. Try and be careful, all right? We don't want to damage anything. He asked far too many questions about my research. I think the Thalmor are trying to steal my work. I haven't told him anything, of course. What I'm doing is far too important. Can't breathe a word of it. Just round up the rest of the magical artifacts so that I can catalog them. All right, then.
What in the world was that racket? Is everything all right? How in the world did that happen? Really? Perhaps the amulet is important somehow. Is there some way you can use it? Some kind of resonance. You and the wall. It must be connected to the anvil. I wonder, what effect might your spells have? Please be careful here. Well, would you look at that? This appears to lead somewhere. Let's see where it goes.
Nerevar, let's grab an inanimate Draugr. I want to try munting.
Well, this is highly unusual and very interesting. Why in the world would this be sealed off? What is this place?
Hold, Mage, and listen well. Know that you have set in motion a chain of events that cannot be stopped. Judgment has not been passed, as you had no way of knowing. Judgment will be passed on your actions to come, and how you deal with the dangers ahead of you. This warning is passed to you because the Psijic Order believes in you. You, Mage, and you alone, have the potential to prevent disaster. Take great care, and know that the Order is watching.
I swear I felt something rather strange just then. What just happened? I'm afraid I didn't see anything. Can you tell me more about what you saw? The Psijic Order? Are you quite sure about that? That's very odd. And danger ahead? Why, that doesn't make any sense at all. The Psijics have no connection to these ruins, and no one's seen any of their order in a long time. Perhaps we should take a look inside these coffins. Now, please do be careful. Who knows what we're going to find? They were a group of mages with a history that predates the Empire. Very powerful, very secretive. No one's seen them in well over 100 years. They vanished, along with their sanctuary on the Isle of Arcane. I have no idea what connection they'd have to this place. I have no idea, but it's fascinating. Assuming it's true, of course. The Isle of Arcane disappeared over 100 years ago.
Imagine the parties that
and
happened
no one
in
has
here,
seen them
Nerevar.
since. And yet now, suddenly, they've chosen to contact you. Why, it's intriguing.
Me drink
If
milk.
nothing else,
Booga,
I
booga,
take it as
booga.
a compliment. The Psijics have only ever dealt with those they feel worthy. Take care now. Oh, no, you don't.
I will boil the blood in your genitals until they rupture. So naive.
Be prepared to defend yourself. What are you doing that for?
If we survive, I'm touching myself enough. Who are we kidding? I'm doing it anyway. Sir, onahista nomiei saya, opo bunda hus, parangota bromas raptu, eli. Wait, it's not working. Why aren't his balls exploding?
I've never seen anything like this in Nordic ruins before. Why, just look at all these coffins. This bears closer inspection. I'd like to stay a while and examine this. You, however, should press on. See if you can find whatever this vision of yours mentioned. If it is truly dangerous, be careful. Go on ahead. I'll be sure and catch up with you before long.
Or, you know, ask me to move. Godhead of this. I cast anal prolapse. With me! I have the power of a god! The enemy on my side! Ha! Wait. I just drained the op's entire life force, and I could fill one lesser soul gem. Y'all pussies lame as fuck. Or, you know, ask me to move. Ha 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 ha! Let the blood of my enemies flow like the piss I take after drinking Mountain Dew Code Red. Them was slash were. Never should have come here.
Who's Roda?
thought it high time I caught up with you. Well now, would you look at that? I never imagined we'd find something like this.
Forgive me, Nerevar. I am going to go all out. Just listen.
Boost! Roda!
Nerevar, you wish you had a pronounced positive cancel. Built. Much as I do. It means I am a predator, a killer, designed by thousands of years of evolution to be an alpha, a woo.
Be prepared to defend yourself. I have no idea. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. The Archmage needs to be informed immediately. He needs to see
Let's
this for
play some
himself. I
Skyrim
don't
Jeopardy.
dare leave this unattended.
Here is your question for
Can
500.
you return to the college
This
and
location
inform
type is
Savosaran
only ever
of this
filled with
discovery?
Draugr or spiders,
Please, hurry.
and has virtually no variety in the layout and designs. A few seconds for you to answer. Too bad, Nerevar. Nordic Ruins is close. But we were actually looking for what is a pachycephalic tomb of thoughtlessness.
Be prepared to defend yourself. Let him know that we've unearthed something, well, I'm not sure. Something unique, let's say. It's clearly magical in nature, but like nothing I've
Nerevar,
ever
what
seen
the fuck
before.
is a Blumpkin?
You should be most interested. Oh, I think I'll be fine. We seem to have eliminated the most pressing threat. It certainly seems that whoever placed this here intended for it to be well guarded. I wonder
How
why.
come you Outlanders are so offended by the word Inwa when you say it amongst yourselves all the time? Inwa this.
Until next
Inwa
time.
that. Inwa please. Can an Inwa borrow a sweet roll? How in Oblivion an Inwa gonna borrow a sweet roll? Inwa, you gonna give it back? Hey!
I think the college is due for a change in leadership.
Don't trust that one. He's up to something. Most here are up to something, of course, but in his case, it's not good. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?
My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard, by my elegance and posture, by my superior good looks. But she is not going to get the better of me. Oh no, I won't let it get to me one bit. That's what she's after. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you. Until next time.
It's no secret that the college's reputation in Skyrim is tainted. Please don't tell me that another one of the apprentices has been incinerated. I have enough to deal with right now.
I remember my college days fondly. This one Chrysamere in my class was testing out a custom spell. Turned himself into a pickle.
I trust that Tolfdir will provide a more specific explanation.
Funniest shit
Thank you for
seen.
bringing this to my attention. Tolfdir normally looks after your little group, yes? Since he's apparently occupied, and I will need to see this discovery for myself, I think perhaps you should begin researching the subject. Speak with Urag in the Arcanium. See if he's aware of anything that matches your discovery. And good work. The next time you find yourself exploring Nordic ruins, perhaps this will be helpful. Not often, no. Some risks must be taken to be sure. I am simply trying to avoid untimely deaths. We also must make an effort to avoid worsening what Skyrim thinks of us. I've seen documents dating back to the late Second Era. Beyond that, it's hard to say. Events in the last several hundred years resulted in a significant loss of our history, I'm afraid. The Great Collapse, as it has come to be known. An unfortunate natural disaster that ravaged the area. The college fared far better than the city of Winterhold, but it was not left untouched. No one is sure of the cause. Some believe the eruption of Red Mountain had far-reaching consequences that were only felt years later. I know there are some who have blamed the college, said that we were responsible. I assure you this is not the case. The Sea of Ghosts practically came alive. No one was expecting it. Monstrous waves battered the shore for weeks on end. Winterhold was ancient and weathered, but it couldn't withstand the sea's fury. Entire districts of the city were lost overnight. The waves receded in time, but the damage was irreversible. Most residents of Winterhold abandoned what was left of the city. The college survived, and so here we remain. Purpose? I should think it's self-evident. Magic is a true power, not something to be shunned by commoners, or treated as an amusing diversion by politicians. It shapes worlds, creates and destroys life. It deserves proper respect and study. The college is a place where we can focus on that, without the pressures of the world weighing down on us. Personally? No, not I. One of their number used to advise the Archmage when I was but an apprentice here. But that was a great many years ago, before all the members of the Order were called back to the Isle of Artaeum, and it disappeared entirely. All right then.
There you are. I've been trying to find you. I just wanted to let you know that Ancano's been asking about you. I think he's looking for you. I'm not sure. Just... well, mind what you tell him, all right? No. Well, I don't think so. Between the two of us, there are rumors about him. That this advisor position he has is a sham, an excuse. That what he's really doing is spying for the Thalmor, trying to feed them information. Whether it's true, I can't say. But it never hurts to be a little suspicious, does it? You're welcome. Certainly. Destruction spells come in different forms, each useful for various purposes. Concentration spells can be cast immediately, though they're weaker. Good for a tight spot, and less costly if you miss. You'll also need to decide whether to devote yourself to a single type of spell. Focusing solely on flame spells will make them more powerful, but you may find yourself at a disadvantage against foes immune to fire. I dare say you've learned all I can teach you. But that doesn't mean there isn't more out there. Over the years, I've heard things. Powerful magics lost to the ages, incredible spells that only the most skilled mages can master. This is the only thing I've ever found. I think it's better off in your hands. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? All right, then. Near...
If you're feeling adventurous, I'm always looking for someone to procure valuable books from some more dangerous locations. Man, this place is a dump.
Well, all right,
Didn't the collapse
here.
happen like 200
I
years
scribbled
ago?
down the last place
And
I
the Nords
heard
still
about.
haven't fixed it.
Check it out,
No
but be
surprise
careful.
there. These nerds couldn't even summon up a better crib.
I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway. I said not anymore.
The snack wraps
Hawthorne stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Hawthorne. Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to these things is just to let them sort themselves out. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that. He was an apprentice here at the college. Not very skilled, but got involved with a group of mages who took a liking to him. When they left, he took off after them. Stole supplies and books from the college. I suppose as a way to ingratiate himself. Let's just call it a difference of opinion with the college. They were interested in research that goes outside the bounds of what the college allows, so they were persuaded to leave. As a matter of fact, there are. Have you ever heard of Shalador? Immensely powerful mage, back in the First Era. Had an understanding of magic few have ever matched. He holed himself up in Labyrinthian, and devoted all his time to research and study.
There are too many
but more
damn
than you would
wizards on my
imagine
block.
possible.
Shit is getting annoying for
Since
real.
then,
Like
his writings have been
can't even
scattered
walk
all
to the
over
store
Skyrim,
anymore without a
but are
fucking
little used to
wizard
anyone who
casting a
can't
fireball
translate
and
them.
setting my path
I'm one of the
ablaze.
few who
like,
can.
Come the fuck on, dude.
I've
Are
heard
you for
whispers
real?
of more of
This
his
is the
work
shit
having
Ninwar
turned
gotta
up.
deal with now?
If you can
just
track
gonna
it
set
down,
my path ablaze,
it may prove
just like
useful
that?
to all
right,
of us.
dog. I got you. Watch this. I whip out my own spellbook. I was a wizard the whole time.
Of course I do.
And cast
If
Whirlwind
I didn't,
to make a fire
most of these
tornado,
books would have been
and then send
burned
it
to
right back
ashes
at
or
his bitch
dissolved
ass.
to nothing before the
Abracadabra,
Third Era.
my dick in your mouth.
Mages need to
Fucking
be
Ninwar.
reminded to be careful around research materials. Well, well. I haven't seen one of these beauties in a long time. A rare find in the original Falmer language. You're damn right I'm interested. Question is, are you selling? Well, considering no one else in Skyrim would buy something they couldn't possibly read, I'd say you don't have much of a choice. Tell you what, you bring me books like this, and I'll pay 1,000 gold each. I'll even throw in a translated edition I have for free. Interested? Here you go.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of persecution. Ah, that, yes. The group prior to yours has disappeared entirely. It's possible that there was less than the necessary amount of oversight that's still being looked into. But we've had no contact with them for quite some time now. Arniel wondered if perhaps they'd somehow managed to get themselves lost in the Outer Realms, but I think that's giving them too much credit. I hadn't really considered it in terms of time. I suppose it's been at least a month. Let me think. What were they working on? As I recall, Ysra was trying to improve flame cloak spells to better work in Skyrim's harsh environment. Elos Tai was practicing illusion spells. She was having trouble with the calm spells, I believe, but only ever worked with skeevers. And then there's Borvir and Rundi, twins, though they rarely agreed on anything. Those two boys were obsessed with mead, convinced they could concoct something to compete with Honningbrew. Something about using frost magic to chill the mead for a certain period of time. I felt it was a waste, but the Archmage let them proceed. I sure know. Those archaic policies died out with the Mages Guild, and were never enforced here. Necromancy, as any other type of magic, is a tool to be used. Of course, non-mages may not see it that way, so we don't go around flaunting it. How quickly you've advanced. Most impressive. There are spells yet to be learned. Powerful spells that can more closely and more permanently bind creatures to your will. But there are risks. There are always risks. You must summon and command an unbound remora. I will teach you the spell to summon the Dremora, but know that it will only work in a place properly prepared for the event. Once you have summoned the Dremora, you will order it to deliver to you a sigil stone from an Oblivion Gate. Once I have a sigil stone, I shall inscribe the spells that you seek. Because I have no wish to be harmed. Summoning an unbound Remora is not like other conjuration spells. It will not simply do your bidding. You must first prove you are in control. Here is the spell you need. Go to the top of the Hall of Attainment. I have prepared a place for you there. Not within society, no. Many who practice within the School of Conjuration do so on their own, secretly. Thalion is the only one I know who is public about what he does. He was once my teacher here, but left the college years ago. He didn't like the Archmage, hated dealing with him, hated having to answer to him. Thalion said he hated what this place was becoming, so he just left. Arin found a note on his desk, and that was it. I understand he settled down in Hjalmarch, and his presence there caused something of a problem. Spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them. All right, then.
You know, they say knowledge is its own reward. You have gone beyond my teachings, which is quite a feat. I did not think it possible. But there is always more to learn. I believe you are ready for the next step. Knowledge of truly powerful illusion spells is here at the college, but it is hidden from those who might misuse it. I shall teach you a spell to discern things hidden from others. With it, you will be able to acquire the texts you need. Bring all 4 to me, and I shall use them to inscribe the spells for you. There may be a matter in which your skills could be useful. The various points of focus for magic energies around the college have become polluted and need cleansing. Very well. These specially enchanted gloves will allow you to delve directly into the focal points for these energies. Go to each focal point and remove whatever impurities you may find there. Return the gloves to me when you have finished. Please exercise caution. This is not a procedure without possible consequences. Use the gloves to clear the focal points. Return to me when you have finished. I thought I made this rather clear. Oh my, that's quite a difficult question. Never underestimate the ability to influence others. Whether they're friends or foes, they're almost all susceptible to illusion spells. They can turn the tide of a battle in a moment's notice. There are also spells that help in avoiding conflict altogether. Invisibility is tricky to master, but exceptionally useful. All right, then.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard, I suppose. Still, there's always room for improvement. All right, then.
Restoration is a perfectly valid school of magic, and don't let any...
You already know all that I know. You've already learned all I can teach you.
Well, no, not really. Not directly, I mean. But I know things are being said behind my back. Conversations cease when I enter rooms. I'm quite aware of what's going on here, and I will not stand for it.
Take a look.
Pass me the Ox Nerevar. I want to
Take
show
a
you my
look.
SoundCloud.
All right, then.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest. Sure is. I've got another client. Wants me to do some enchanting. You could do the pickup for me if you want. All right, be quick about it, will you? This is a good way for the college to bring in some money. Here's the name and location of the client. All right.